And just like RiceGum, why you guys wearing shoes at my house, man? What's wrong with you guys? You know in Asian households, you're supposed to take off your shoes?
No.
How could you? Oh, man. You know what? Just take our shoes right now, and I'll forgive you. And we go on with this podcast. You know I'm Asian over here. We're growing up in that kind of way.
But don't you want to break them stereotypes?
Man, better get out of my face and take off the shoes.
Okay. Not really. Yes, I like shoes. Alright, I took off my shoes.
Me too. Alright. Now we can start the podcast before we're really interrupted by these two not having their shoes on.
Actually, it's quite comfortable. Okay, RiceGum.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, you see this? $300 shirt, baby. Stop playing with your boy. Look at his glasses. He got no prescriptions, but you know how much it costs?
How much?
More than your house. That's how much.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey,
show some respect around here.
Yeah, show some respect.
You two are relevant. You should know that. You should know your place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm the big king over here. I'm the one who made y'all two. You gotta bow down to me.
Actually, you're right. You did make me. So I'm bowing down.
Let me stop being RiceGum now. This is your boy right here, Tony Lay. With my guest.
Rus R Russell here. And your main star, Wizard Eye. What's up?
Alright, and hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. And after that cringe-worthy performance with me, what do you thought about the performance of RiceGum?
Well,
was it rude enough? Was it arrogant enough?
It was rude.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. I don't think he's really rude. I think he's just more like flashy and like arrogant.
I just arrogant, really.
Yeah.
I think he's evil. You really think
so?
he's evil? Yeah, I think RiceGum is evil.
I
mean,
honestly, I think he found a brand that works for him. People like it when he shows off stuff, and he stuck to it.
Is it because Moist Critical said that, and that's why your opinions is based on? Yeah. Oh, okay.
What anything changed of your opinion of him? Like, if you see him outside of his character, he's actually a regular guy.
I don't know.
Because to be honest, I think RiceGum's probably a regular guy outside from his character. Honestly,
I honestly, I do believe it's just an act. Because like, if you look in his early YouTube videos,
he's very humble. Actually. Yeah, he's like when he had 50,000 subscribers. I remember the videos like, "Oh, thank you so much, guys." Then once his subscriber count got into like in the millions, it's just like, especially the rap videos.
I was gonna say the music video. Yeah, like I seen that's where it
started. Yeah, it really blow up. Like he moved to LA and he realized he has to stand out somehow. Hence his behavior kind of, well, it definitely did change. Well, hence that's what
well, the arrogance started off as a character, but I seen that slowly morph into his real life persona, because like he used to make fun of videos where I think it was like kids where they make the most cringiest stuff, and
was
then
that Afro Gum his persona was?
I think so.
I think it was. He had an afro on or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he might be a good guy off screen, but I'm not too sure.
To be honest, I think most of the people who are like cringeworthy or like evil, they probably are decent people just trying to get the bag. Yeah. Like KSI, people felt the same about KSI, but he was worn out, tired out. And he even said himself, like, he was tired of pulling up his character. He was trying to be, he wanted to be more himself, but he realized that doesn't sell. Yeah. So, like, that character his sell at one point, it just worn out. And now what he's doing right now?
I don't know.
I guess he got...
Scamming other people.
Well, maybe he's just a rotten human being. Who knows? Just like InternetAjay.
Ivy?
Well, he seemed like an alright guy. But I tell you what, if I was a girl and we're the last people on Earth, me and him, oh man, it'd be a stake for the human race, baby. Stop playing. The human race will no longer be here. And you know what? We had a good run. I looked at him. I was like, whoa. I was like, girl, gay, straight, don't matter. I look at the last turtle like, look, this is what human nature will look like, or human race will look like. You want that to happen? I don't think so either. So me and a turtle the rest of the species. We like, you know what? We had a good run, guys. It just had to end somehow. And I was cringe watching his every video too. So not binge watching, cringe watching.
That's a great one to describe InternetAjay.
Hey guys, so our today topic is the YouTuber InternetAjay, who just retired 2 months ago or 3 months ago. So what do you guys think?
I don't know much about the guy, but I like his thumbnails.
Well, if I could give a quick, I guess like a quick summary of InternetAjay. So, InternetAjay is basically a rise and fall YouTuber, and I think currently he have 330,000 subscribers, and I don't remember how many videos to be precise, but I think it's like around 140, and it talks about like when a YouTuber rise, when they become famous, and then he will explain what made, I said what may be the cause of their fall. Because honestly, there's a lot of reason when a YouTuber fall, but there's several where he actually say this is the moment that this probably caused them to fall. But yeah, his recent video, which was posted on June 10th, 2023, he announced it in a video called "The Rise or Fall of InternetAjay. Why am I quitting YouTube?" Which, have 145,000 views compared to his recent videos where it was like 30,000, maybe around 90,000 at best. Yeah, where he's saying that he's retiring.
Good.
What do you guys think?
Well, before I was gonna say and got interrupted.
That was my bad.
I think InternetAjay is a racist.
Why would you say that?
Because all the cringe Indian jokes.
You mean like, for example, Apu from The Simpsons? Or, hey, is Raj from The Big Bang Theory? Or, hey, is Mowgli from The Jungle Book? Oh, I'm in the Internet Andy. Or, hey, it's the Indian Uber driver. And by the way, guys, stop giving me like 1-star reviews.
Oh yeah, he said all that in the last video. Oh yeah, that's how he started out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, this, I was gonna say, or saying, hey, I'm the Indian guy that owned that big company.
I get angry at that guy. Those jokes are not funny. Some of the awful takes he put on his own race.
I know you're not the only one that think that, but will you explain?
Yeah. Actually, it's not just him making the offensive racist jokes that boils me like real hard. It's really, really that one time that just got me in the edge. Cause he made assumptions that his audience are like adults. That one joke that just boils me so hard. And it was, hey, remember me? I'm the guy who drove you while you got drunk. And you threw up at my car and didn't bother to clean it and say sorry.
Yeah, that's the Indian Uber joke. Yeah.
Yeah,
the one with the 1-star review. Stop giving me those type of reviews. Yeah,
I got so offended because, and the biggest reason,
just because you don't drink. Right?
Yeah, I never drunk alcohol in my life. So for a man who I watch for his rise and fall video to say that, I just tune out. And my opinion got so sour on him.
Well, most people tune out is because of his cringy personality, or his cringy jokes about trying to get women to notice him in Twitter.
Oh yeah, what a disaster that was.
Or hey girls, I'm gonna keep stalking you until I get noticed, or something like that, right? I know Tom Dark pointed that out. That's just seemed very immature. When you tweet that.
And he assumed his audience is mature, but you gotta remember that kids
also watch his videos.
Yes.
And they're getting his bad habits.
Yeah.
No, I think one of the things is that his low self-esteem is is noticeable in these videos, and you want someone like who could, I don't want to say a Chad, but you want to listen to somebody who's confident, and I think that why somebody like Sunny V2 is very popular, because Sunny V2 put himself in a like professional manner, while InternetAjay is more like a cringy nerd saying these jokes that. You want, like, you're trying to escape from that reality. You just want to hear stuff.
You don't hear me making Mexican jokes, but still, I will never ever want to acknowledge my race like that. Which, you know. And that's the thing too, because race is just a stupid classified system made by society. All humans are 99.6% the same. We all have the same human bodies. Why are you trying to bring up race?
Any thought, Tony?
Me personally, I only see a little bit of InternetAjay, but I don't think he's racist at all. I think he's just more cringy, honestly. I know he feels a certain type of way. Your brother feels a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of comedians that make a lot of offensive jokes, and that's even worse. And I know he says audience, there's the kids. I'm not sure what target audience he's looking for. Maybe he's not targeting those audience. Like me personally, I'm not targeting kids at all. Yeah. Because I know myself very well. I'm not family friendly at all in terms of my content. Yeah. So I know how he feels that way. Me, some of the jokes are more offensive, I guess. Yeah. But for a lot of adults out there, even Indians, some of them may not find offensive. It depends what kind of humor you are. Some of them might be more dark humor. Because I like dark humor a lot. So
I don't know if you know the story. Well, I forgot his name, but it was like an Indian comedian who was talking about why he disliked Apu in The Simpsons, because it was very like unrepresentative of Indians.
Is it Russell Peters?
Is it that?
I'm not sure. I know he's Indian.
Yeah, and people that run The Simpsons took Apu out of the show. So, I mean, he appears in the show as a background character, but never as like a main character. Yeah.
But for me, he's just more cringy, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't find him racist really at all. Maybe I need to watch more videos. Only watch a couple of videos. Mm-hmm. Maybe my opinion will change, but I don't take everything personally, at least for me. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if I don't like it, I just stop watching their content, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that's what happened with some, because like he in the beginning, if you notice, his views were like from
they're pretty high.
Yes, 700,000 views to up to 1 million, and most of them were like around the 900,000 on like some popular topic, but then there's also unpopular topic, and it still got a lot of views. But then somehow, I guess, I don't know when exactly or why exactly, but it's starting to dip slowly. Actually, I do know why. I think when Turkey Tom, when he pointed out all his cringy personality, all his cringy moments, I think that's when people realize, yeah, this guy sucks. And I think that's how the views go down.
If I'm not mistaken, InternetAjay blames, and even his Kabai video, he blames Tom Dark.
Turkey Tom, which is the same guy.
For his downfall. And it just seems like it, you know. It seems with content clues, he does not like him.
Yeah.
All the digs, you know?
Yeah. I think Turkey Tom, he was just a guy just didn't like his cringiness. And that... Because, I mean, I didn't mind his cringiness, though, to be honest. But it's just his... Like, his constant, like, putting himself down is, like... For me, is what kills it a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot, actually. Because, like, I get it. You're a nerd. I get it. You know, you don't have that Chad personality. But, I mean, he's a very good narrator. He's a really good person that talks about such rise and fall.
Which I will admit, you know, he does know how to cover something.
He's well-spoken, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's his personality what kills it.
Just get rid of the jokes. Just be like a narrator to a story, you know?
Like Sunny V2 or Goon the King?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What about CoffeeZilla guy who does detective stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody could make it work with their personality, that's
like Practic CC.
Yeah.
Sometimes I laugh at his little jokes. But, his little story of when, how he got into these stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Especially cloud rap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But InternetAjay, he shouldn't have just noticed that when people are turning against him for his cringiness and his racist jokes, he shouldn't have just cut that completely. He shouldn't have. But he kept on going and kept blaming on other YouTubers.
Yeah, that's the thing. He does blame Turkey Tom. But I don't get that, though.
Yeah, it's what Keemstar, because it's funny. He covered the rise and fall of Keemstar.
Yeah. And then Keemstar was like, mother F word. Like, he tweeted, like, I'm still Revenant. I still get, like, sponsors and deals from other people. How am I falling? And then he changed his, if I remember, he changed the video from the rise and fall of Keemstar to the decline, what was it? The decline of Keemstar reputation. There you go.
Yeah. But,
like, that's a P-word move.
But, I was going to say, because I wasn't referring to that.
Yeah.
I was referring that when InternetAjay got offended himself, Keemstar tweeted to him that you can't be a rise and fall YouTuber if you can't take criticism and fix it. And that got him off of Twitter for a while.
I see. Anything you want to add? Do you agree with Keemstar?
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess aren't there videos like rise and fall and like fall again or something, or rise and fall? And
yeah, rise and fall and rise. Yeah.
So, I guess from that he can make a rise and fall and a rise again if he makes those videos. I'm guessing, right? So.
But people like drama though sometimes.
They do. America loves drama. WWE has still got good sales today, and we know it's scripted.
Yeah. So.
But people love the drama. Even. It's like even in news, people want to hear tragedies. They don't want to hear it, but it creates more ratings.
But yeah, but you think though, since he was having like in the beginning a very strong audience, they probably would have stayed around for some of his positive videos, like, rise, fall, and rise again, or how this guy get his reputation back, or like the redemption story.
Sonny V2.
Sonny V2. Who's that guy?
Sonny V2 does those videos.
Yeah, he does.
Like Moist Critical, Penguin Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's pretty much the same way you brought at that point. I agree with that.
Wait, you know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
He claims, right, that he works as an investment banker, which he claims that he works 80 hours a week. And I'm like, because Bubba Gup said this. I can't believe that. I mean, that's crazy. 80 hours a week? I was burned out for 60 hours a week with my job. I was like, how can someone have this much time working and this much time working on YouTube?
Well, that means he has to work 6 12-hour days and 1 8-hour day at the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Well,
because, bro, you said you barely have time to edit any videos or free time, I meant to say. Because you're editing videos and, helping with your game and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't know how he get the time to do that unless
he have no life.
Probably.
Oh, that's all he does. Work is his life.
That's a little sad though.
It is.
Though I remember he claims that he started making videos during the pandemic because his job made him work at his home, and that his hours were like much smaller, like maybe 60, somewhere like that. And I looked it up online. Like, is it true that investment bankers work around 80 hours? And this is what I found. Investment banker works typically 60 hours to 80 hours per week. And the occasional high-intensity work can push a banker to 100 hours or more.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
And
he's like a investment banker in New York City, so...
Yeah, New York City is a pretty big market.
Yeah.
It's possible for some people. I mean, if you have to really dig deep, and some people have to do it, just like F it, I gotta do what I can to make a living. There are people willing to do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like 100 hours. I mean, if that doesn't give people enough motivation, who works 60 hours, and to get to a gym,
Yeah.
people working 100 hours, and he can still edit and make YouTube videos, and maybe who knows, maybe he can work out too during that time.
Mm-hmm.
People really have no excuse then. Honestly,
don't like a typical worker is like 40 hours.
Yeah, 40 hours. Every now and then, I think the average American works about 2,000 hours a year.
Mm-hmm.
40 hours, yeah, with no overtime.
Yeah, because like I worked it for 60, and it's like crazy. How did this guy works 80?
I worked 70 last week, but I felt pretty decent, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I still run a little bit. I still got some push-ups, so it's very possible, honestly.
But one of the big issue in America is that they sacrifice sleep. Sleep deprivation is very important, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It is.
People live longer if they have good sleep. And I'm just wondering, with people who work so much hours, how much of that sleep is cut off?
Well, I'm assuming that maybe he does have help, like an editor that help him out, but I didn't hear anything from him. They make it seem like he does it by himself.
I would guess most people who like trying to achieve their dreams, their goals, aspirations, I would guess they sleep around 4 hours.
I know
4 hours.
I know Vince McMahon does sleep 4 hours.
A lot of people, like Kobe Bryant, he said he sleeps 4 hours to become as great as he can. I do believe to become the greatest as possible at something, you have to sacrifice a lot of sleep. Whether it's martial arts, being an artist, just anything, athletes, on your profession, you're gonna have to sacrifice some sleep to become something greater than great.
But study shows that if you do cut out sleep, your function later on will cost you.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to everything, honestly.
Well, in the same time, if they have family, that's what they're hoping, that their sacrifice will make their kids have a better future. Even if it meant to kill them in the end.
Yeah, like, I think, Melvin got a YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying, like, he heard Roddy Piper said, I'm 49, I can't get a pension yet. And so I gotta get a pension at 65. I don't think I'll live to 65. Melvin said the same thing. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He said the same. He's like, I die, I'll live to 60. So, like, people trying to get 401ks, who knows they still live around that long to get those 401ks.
I haven't seen, I haven't checked those videos. I know he posted one with how hard does the Undertaker hit him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I gotta go watch that.
Or how much money he makes.
Yeah, with his hand up like that.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's really good, soft spoken actually.
Mm-hmm.
He gets ideas across. He's not stuttering. That's a very underrated skill. Like somebody talking without stuttering.
Yeah, because I stutter too much, way too much.
There's still plenty of YouTubers that still stutter, and they're well known today.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, for him to do that, that's a very underrated skill. So, anybody who listens to podcasts, if you can talk about stuttering, maybe make a podcast. Because, like, it's kind of getting annoying when people say, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, somebody who, like, can keep going and, like, while their mind is, like, running, they can talk. It's like one mind and body. Not one mind, body. It's like when your mouth moves, your mind moves to it and moves at the same time.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't do that, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Oh yeah, do you think that one of the reasons why he was popular was because of the pandemic? Because he started his YouTube channel
Easily.
like May 13, 2020.
Easily. More people at home.
Yeah.
They got nothing to do.
And let's not forget, that's also the same time Sunny V2. Well, Sunny V2,
Not Sunny V1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunny V2 was made. Where, he made these... like detractor content,
I used to love Sunny V2, his early video, because he was a detractor.
Yeah, detractor to Boogie 29AA.
Yeah, and then he became a Rise and Fall later on.
Yeah.
Which he actually evolved to sound more professional, and I'll be honest, I kind of stopped watching him because he became more professional.
Well, to me, his finale. I know I say this before, but I always like it at end, cause it just makes sense to end. Sonny V2 shouldn't have just quit YouTube and his YouTube channel. The moment he got way too big and...
Now he could punch down on Boogie, right?
Yeah, he made him punch down more than 20 feet under.
You mean the video Boogie deserved his failures? Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. And that was a 10 out of 10 rise and fall.
Now, I feel like this is a... because I felt like InternetAjay, when he was putting shots on Turkey Tom, I felt like he shouldn't have done his last video instead of the rise and fall of InternetAjay. He shouldn't have done the rise and fall of Turkey Tom.
Yeah, I know. That was if he hate him so much, why not just make... He shouldn't have made a rise and fall of Turkey Tom / Tom Dark.
Yeah. But instead, he called him in his last video, like, called him out. Which I think is very cowardly, to be honest.
I know.
He couldn't just, as a way, like, this is my last video. If I'm going down, I'm going to at least put down Turkey Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Though some people might view it as bitter, though. Like, a bitter guy. I don't know. It's just internet feuds. Sometimes they're entertaining. But I do wonder, what does it affect their mental health in a way? You know what I mean? Because I'm assuming one of the reasons why he probably retired was because he was burnt out from the feud with Turkey Tom. You know what I mean?
So Tom Dark didn't even fire back like heavily. If it's just him calling him out being cringy.
Yeah, cringy. That he was a cringy guy. But sometimes I felt like this affect more people. Like this might affect someone more than than they anticipated, if that makes sense.
And if I'm not mistaken, Tom did say if he had a problem with him, he is willing to talk privately.
Yeah. So, what's your thought?
Wait, so who's the one who's about to quit or did quit?
Oh, and InternetAjay.
InternetAjay?
Yeah, he retired.
Well, I know that, but you say there's another one that's...
No, just him.
Well,
I'm saying that, if he was, because he blamed Turkey Tom for his failures, like, he shouldn't have did, like, a last video, the rise and fall of Turkey Tom, instead of just calling shots at him in his last video.
Well, so I'm guessing he left because it was, like
his mental health. Yeah, I'm assuming, that like Turkey Tom calling him cringy and all that probably have affected him in the long run. Even so, it probably...
a lot of people, they say they don't care, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's like, let's say you're a fighter, and they say you're a boring fighter. Like, oh, I don't care. I'm just here to get the bag. But in a way, I think it does affect them a little bit. In a way. There was a fight, UFC fight, Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley. And... Aljamain Sterling was a champion. He lost, and he admitted on his post-fight interview, press conference, that he could have won the fight. Very boring. Just kick the leg, wrestle, grind it out. The fans would boo, but he would get his win. But he was affected by that. He wanted to make it an exciting fight. The only problem was when he tried to make it exciting, he got knocked out. Mm-hmm. So people do care in a way. But GSP, a retired UFC fighter, he said it this way that. Oh, he cares so much about what people thought of him, but every night before the fight, he would just go around, or not every night, like the day before, he'll go around, look at random people. He'll look at his old lady bag groceries. She don't give a if I lose the fight. Man, she's just too busy trying to get food on the table. Look at this man running. Man, he could care less if I lose. So it depends on your perspective.
Yeah.
Honestly. Your impact world could be very small or big, depending how you look at things.
Yeah.
For example, like, InternetAjay, if he leaves, after 3-4 months, are we really going to talk about him, really? It's like he go back to his normal lifestyle.
Yeah, with the bank, yeah.
So, hopefully he got the bag from YouTube, and, he's good.
He should, at least. Oh, wait. I forgot to mention. He got scammed by a
That was one of his biggest downfall. A lot of people caught him out.
Yeah, he got scammed from a company that, something was cryptocurrency, and he got scammed $250,000.
I know UFC fighters were trying to they're promoting some kind of cryptocurrency, and there was a video on that cryptocurrency, and it was a scam. So it might be similar to that. I'm not too sure about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was something like, I forgot what cryptocurrency was called, but one YouTuber called it out and said it was a scam.
I never liked cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So yeah, I know InternetAjay. He was like upset that he lost all that money. So he definitely lost money from.
And to me, this just seems like a guy who's not intelligent, despite the fact he's a financer.
That's the strange part. Yeah, he is a financer. So, he's an investment banker.
Yeah, he should know better. But who knows? Because doesn't mean, like you could be a businessman, a very successful businessman, but doesn't mean that you know business.
Yeah.
I mean, all we know, I don't want to make
assumption.
But InternetAjay could have had to cheated his way up there.
That might be true.
Could be. Who knows what he did to get that successful?
Yeah.
But yeah, what about the time when he was stealing thumbnails?
I wanted to at least defend him on that because people were calling him a plagiarizer.
Yeah.
For plagiarizing Sunny V2 on thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, that's just a trend, When you see something that works on others, it is natural that others wanted to follow what may works on others, probably what works on them.
Now some people criticizing that he even steal topics. Like, for example, what was his name? James Corden? Yeah. I remember that. Like, when Sunny V2 dropped that video, because I remember I was when I was a security guard, and I saw two similar thumbnails, not similar, but similar topic, and I'm like, did something happen to James Corden? Because here's Sunny V2 and InternetAjay talking about him. You know what I mean?
He's the Late Show host, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Before James Corden, there was Craig Ferguson. He was the best Late Show host ever. Not to get too off topic, but he was the best improv easily. Mm-hmm. No one can beat him. James Corden is more like the mainstream, typical, keeping stereotypes alive. Oh, my brain. Craig Ferguson is one breaking up stereotypes. He got the awkward pause at the end. He, you know how people on the late night shows, they got a paper for all the topics. He ripped that paper, thrown in the air. Ooh, that was what breaking stereotypes is all about. He is improv. He didn't ask the the guests about their movies. It was just like a regular talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, not everyone can do that though. Like late night show hosts that they probably stick to a script because not many people can really improv like that. Craig Ferguson, you're the GOAT, baby.
Oh yeah. So this is what Patrick CC said when InternetAjay was like stealing his topics.
Yeah.
The guy that did the SoundCloud rap video, the Drake video, and the Bam Margera video.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this is what he said. Someone asked me what I think. I don't even care if he was copying my ideas or thumbnails. I just focus on myself, my own stuff. I don't look at YouTube as a competition. There are plenty of views to go around. I don't even care if people cover the same topic as me. I generally support all creator in the community commentary / media doc / video essay space.
And there's others who feel the same way too. Especially, with wrestling topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt Sunny V2 even cared that InternetAjay was copying him. Because he appeared as a guest in his videos.
Oh, yeah.
Not once, but several times.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Makes me wondering they're friends outside of it,
Yeah, yeah.
But still, honestly, I don't care neither if somebody steal my stuff. Really, I don't care.
Yeah, so
our topics mostly similar, anyways. If you think about it, like if we're talking about, let's say, the Undertaker, most people have similar types of like why you decide you came out of character after retirement.
Yeah,
and it would just be reworded different for each topic, so it'd be the same topic.
And I will say this: sometimes the original video cannot be beaten. You know, somebody did it first, and many people,
they follow the trend, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless it's done by a popular person or maybe somebody did it so much better.
Yeah,
you can't beat the original.
Like for example, Melvin, right?
Yeah.
Most of the people that put Melvin in a topic would say, "So what made Undertaker take that spot?" It's the same topic.
Yeah, right.
That's because he was most known for that.
Yeah, I know.
Kicking that Undertaker over the top rope on a Royal Rumble. Everyone will talk about that regardless. If you're interviewing Melvin, it's kind of a have to. You have to ask that question.
Yeah, right.
No matter how much redundant that sounds, everyone's going to ask him that. So, Melvin, even though you were asked the 100th time this week, what made the Undertaker agree with kicking you out over the top rope on Royal Rumble? It's going to be worded different. But it's the same topic. And any other topic, too. Like other wrestlers like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, what made Eddie Guerrero do that, all that. It'd be the same topic.
Yeah.
It's just different opinions now. So, is it really stealing?
No.
If you're being technical, I guess a little bit, but like everyone's doing it.
To me, what makes it praiserizing, which I think a lot of people do not realize, is that you took everything from word to word, copying every single image, and trying to pretend that is yours.
Yeah.
That you're the person who originally did this, even so you're not. That is praiserizing. If InternetAjay claims that he's
came up with that idea first,
yeah, and pretending that no one else did, even so clearly they did, you stole exactly what Sunny V2 thumbnail was. From everything, all the pixels.
Yeah.
That is praiserizing.
Yeah. You agree with that?
Yeah, like everyone talking about the same topic mostly. Now, unless you're like saying word for word, like let's say a comedian, they tell a joke word for word, like because they want to talk about relationships, sex, drugs, all that, the same topic. But you say like the same jokes, yeah, that's plagiarizing.
Yeah.
But same topic, there's only so topics you can discuss.
Yeah.
Like, there's the main topics that everyone discusses about a certain person. Like Melvin, that spot, right?
Yeah.
Rock, Stone Cold, they might ask him about the what chant, how you get your character. Pretty basic stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask the same questions, is that really plagiarize the same questions?
No.
Not really. No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, so I want to move on to this. I know, like, in the end of his video sometimes, like, the perfect example will be Only Use Me Blade, where he was wishing him good luck, and then, because, like, he was in a relationship with Becky, and, he was like, oh, his future seemed bright, but just like how Alchemist, Oath Code, the one that did, like, video on Boogie and Dark Side Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he said, if happy ending were a reality, this video can conclude with a heartfelt message about the power of redemption and personal growth. I would have to agree, but Only Use Me Blade story didn't end there. He went through his 6th RV trip, and it was dark. I mean, dark as in, like, sad.
Yeah.
And, like, if you pay attention to, like, I guess, like, if you ever rewatch InternetAjay videos, they're so outdated.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, redo, like, a updated video. Like, Sunny V do, too, sometimes do that, by the way.
Yeah.
Re-update, like, the current status. Or June the King. Because you know how he did a video on Ring of Redemption? how it said, the title, it just got worse.
Yeah.
Because the story doesn't end there. It only ends if the YouTuber either died or doesn't really have the capability of like doing videos no more.
Yeah. Which I never do like the rise and fall like that because they only end at a certain point. It doesn't actual end like at the actual ending.
Like the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to do a rise and fall, I want to do it after the person is dead. Or the YouTube channel is dead.
Like, if I want to look up Wing of Redemption, right? And I see InternetAjay video, it's outdated. Because many things happen after that. Especially, like, a lot of the controversies. And then the whole boxing match with Boogie.
Yeah, that's a milestone to these guys' careers.
Yeah. So, yeah, I went to check some of his videos before the broadcast, and a lot of it was so outdated. It's like, and the sad part is a lot of the stuff, I don't want to say were misinformation, but there were information that they didn't not cover. That wasn't really like specified until now, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, like didn't make a part 2 or part 3.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense though.
Does it make sense to you, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, because like if there's a fall, that means it's over, right?
Yeah.
Rise and fall. Well, I guess
because like you said, like rise and fall, and then rise again.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a weird title, ain't it? Rise, fall, to rise again.
Yeah.
I don't think that probably is not the good title, really. It doesn't have the nice pizzazz to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, unless the person's dead, the fall's not over yet, because they might rise again.
Yeah. Like, you could do a whole story of Eddie Guerrero. You know what I mean? Because he got his story from the beginning to the end. But you can't do the same with, like, someone like...
Roman Reigns.
Because his career is still, like, out there.
So his career right now is still incomplete because it's not over yet.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say with YouTubers. Yeah. It's not there yet, you know? Mm-hmm. So when looking back at these videos, they're so outdated.
Especially Keemstar.
Yes, yeah.
I don't think he's really fall ever. I mean, he falled, but I don't think he has that he falls is that was it.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it's over now. Here's fall, woo, just like FouseyTube, right? Now he's going up again.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a video on FouseyTube. Like, that was one of his early videos. The fall of,
Oh, he's rising now. He's going crazy, but he's definitely rising. He got a $15 million contract.
The Iraq Gamer.
Oh, yeah, Iraq Gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's just, his videos are outdated. So, but I get it. It's like during the time. But it's a little bit weird because, like, in the Ring of Redemption one, he was, like, talking about, like, he hoped for a better future with him and, and that so far it looked bright, especially with Kelly, comforting him with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But then, if you remember the whole controversy that happened, I'm not going to say much, but, that little story with his neighbor friend?
Yeah.
Making a story, by the way?
Yeah.
And then, which turned out to be false.
Yeah.
But then you had the whole boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But I get it with those videos, So, what else you wanted to talk about, InternetAjay? Because there are several things I do want to mention. But before I move on, because I want to talk about his special guest.
just want to at least point out with InternetAjay. He used to advertise his Twitter, like, oh, look at me. Go check out my... I said Twitter. It was Instagram. Sorry.
No, he did say Twitter.
Oh, Twitter?
He probably said both. I remember Twitter. I saw a video where he did promote his Twitter, saying that he checked every DMs.
But I meant to say Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Because that's where he flexes his muscles and, look at me. Oh, ladies, you better take me in. Well, take me in into...
That's the crazy part. It doesn't mean that if you're, like, all, like, ripped and everything, doesn't mean that you could get girls like that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Close.
Hey, I got muscles, but yet I can get girls.
Yeah, you can be Well, getting girls is totally. I don't know, like somebody said just be confident. I was like,
that's what he lacked, confidence.
You think so?
InternetAjay? I told you he put himself down.
So how he looks like? Is he ripped actually?
Well, I wouldn't say he's a bodybuilder. He's more like me, just fit. Doesn't look fat or.
Oh, he's like your average Joe.
Yeah.
But he has status now, though. But even status, like, let me put it this way. I think somebody said it takes like a girl 90 hours with you to trust you enough to sleep with her.
Mm-hmm.
If anything like that, like, look at it from a girl's perspective. If someone asks you a phone number, that's, unless they find you attractive, that's kind of weird, right? Like, let's just say we never met before. Hey, what's up, man? Can I get your number?
No.
See, that's weird, right? Like, that's like bad set of whatever. That's what girls go through every day.
Yeah.
It's like hit ups. Hey, can I get your number?
No.
Can I get your number?
Sure.
So, unless you're like attractive, because like I said before, if you're attractive enough from their eyes.
Actually, that one time it worked. Someone did said that randomly. He was like, "Can I have your number?" And I said yes. And he was like, "I'm just joking. I'm just joking."
Well, it depends how you present it.
Yeah.
If you have this like happy-go-lucky personality, she might respond to you positively most of the time. But in general, if you just like very reserved, show very bad body language, you're probably gonna get rejected. Now, worse than rejected, might find you creepy. They want to have they probably have the get away from me attitude without saying it, but you can tell by just like turning away. So, I've lost my train of thought. But, all in all, though, him getting a girl, he has status now. He can probably get a girl now. Because he doesn't have a girlfriend now.
I don't know his relationship status.
Me neither. But it seemed obvious. When he was in the beginning and middle, then he didn't have a girlfriend. That's something I just remember.
What, his game show?
Yeah.
It was called, what was it, The Love Guru?
Yeah.
Where he was having e-girls.
He's part of those too. Yeah, a lot of streamers do that.
Yeah, like he have an e-girl and they would come to his show and then he would get like a guest from...
one of his fans.
Yeah, one of his audience, and they would like ask questions.
Yeah. And it makes me angry too because one of the e-girls... Oh no, sorry. I should say it this way first. One of his fans was trying to say, "Oh, I got a job," and then his e-girls feel
She
weird.
was like, let me guess, and he's like, "It's nothing with computers," and she was like, "Ah, I was gonna say something with computers."
And then InternetAjay said this, and it just makes me boil so hard.
He was like, "Are you a racist?" Like, yeah, to the e-girl. Like, I think, hey audience, hey fans, do you think she's a racist?
I just wanted to boil so hard. Okay?
Like the race card, you just hate that, right?
Yeah, I hate the race car. I do. Like I said before.
He was technically joking, but...
Like I said before.
It came out pretty bad, probably.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, horrible. And like I said, I don't ever want to bring up my race. And people can't even tell my race. And I'm proud with it. Because I don't want it to be my identity, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, me either. Like, I'm Vietnamese, but I'm more Americanized than anything, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I know America's obsessed with, like, the first Mexican, first Vietnamese. I'm just happy for the guy, regardless of his race. Honestly, I'm like, bravo for him. He won a championship, regardless of his first anything, whatever like that. But, oh yeah, I was going to mention, if he was going to girlfriend, you got probably have to stand out somehow.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's like a job interview, right? You want to stand out that you're better than the other competitors trying to apply for this job. So same as this girl, he has to find a way to stand out somehow.
Yeah.
Just like I can say your name in real life, right?
Yeah.
Russell. Yeah, Russell. You had to find a way to stand out. Because this is a very competitive world. I mean, people don't want to admit it, but it's a very competitive world getting the girl you want. You're probably not going to get the girl of your dreams, most likely. How many people do, though?
Probably.
Not much.
Probably 30%.
So, like, dream girl, like, to have the full package, that's very hard.
Yeah.
So 30%, ooh, that's like 3 out of 10 guys.
Oh well, maybe yeah.
That's amazing. I was like, whoa, Russ, we got some hope over here, man. What are you talking about? So you tell me a line of 10 girls. I was like, oh, 3 of those. Oh, I can get 3 of those.
My dream girl has always been someone with lots of tattoos, with also hair dye.
So he has a 30% chance, right?
No.
That's what you say, right?
No. Okay, fine. By my definition, yeah.
30, you got 30% chance, Russell.
Okay, fine.
All she needs tattoos and the hairstyle, right? 30%.
Yeah.
That's all. Not just a tattoo. She needs a hairstyle, too. What else she needs, Russell? Tell him.
Well, I always like girls having piercing, especially in the nose.
Still 30%, right?
Okay, I get your point, guys.
Let's just not get way too off topic.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about his special guest. So of course, like in his earlier videos, he will have like a special guest to introduce his videos. We mentioned Sunny V2.
Yeah, he's the most famous.
Though, he has some like wavy surf. Wavy web surf. That guy that was that used to talk about memes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I've seen some of his videos, especially the one with the guy that say.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That guy. Yeah. So I remember some of his videos, like the guy where it was like a heavy guy and he was like dancing, but then people online were just putting him down, and then this is like the only time where the internet came together and cheer that guy up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting off. I mean, he gets some interesting, well-known people in there, like Some Ordinary Gamer, The Wrong Opinion. I mean, The Right Opinion. Oh yeah, Wang. You know Wang, the one that did the video on the Lost Deep Web anime.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember, Saki Sanabushi. That anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, or supposed anime.
Yeah.
Who else who was in there? Oh, Wenagoon. The guy that did the iceberg on religion.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a really good video, by the way.
It is.
Who else? Oh yeah, the weird part is that. Are you familiar with Ice Persinus, Tony?
Yeah. I actually know him a little bit. Yeah, they made a meme about him. Like, you remember if they said, if you think you're useless, just look at Ice Persinus' podcast because he adds nothing to the podcast, something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm familiar with him.
I think I know where you're heading, but continue.
So he did a rise and fall of Ice Persinus, right? InternetAjay.
Mm-hmm.
So, funny enough, later down the line, Ice Persinus was actually a special guest in his video. And I kind of laughed because InternetAjay was just talking about Ice Persinus fall. And there he is talking like, InternetAjay like if it was his friend.
Well, if you talk about the fall of somebody, it doesn't mean you hate them. Just giving them facts, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if he comes up to the studio or whatever, meeting whatever, I don't think it's that big of a deal, is it?
Well, I mean, Keemstar, I already mentioned. He made a big fuss about that.
What? That,
the rise and fall of Keemstar. Keemstar was upset in Twitter,
Yeah, because he's not falling. He's
Yeah.
still trending.
Yeah.
But I guess from that, I guess he got upset because he's not falling like he projected.
I mean, Ice Persinus is technically not he's not falling.
He's not at his peak, obviously.
Yeah, he's not in his peak, but he's not like, he's somewhat like there, if that makes sense.
Somewhat there. He's not like the trending topic.
Yeah.
But I get from your perspective, like they're not falling. It's just that during the peak, he wanted like try to make the video during when it's like at his high point.
Yeah.
and they're kind of falling.
Yeah.
Even though they're not falling, but for them to go to this, I don't think it's really that weird, honestly.
Okay.
Like, let's say, I say, about you or Russell. Like Russell, his rod's right here, but he's stumbled upon a little bit. Maybe that's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
He's stumbled upon a little bit, and I have him on my guest for next week. I don't think it's really that awkward. I'm just trying to present the facts that I feel are correct.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think there's anything weird with that.
Though I do wonder, how do you get those gas? You think it's through like maybe fiber or through Cameo, maybe?
Who knows?
I do wonder that.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually talk, like, talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like they're like doing a shout out or anything. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just professionally; they're actually talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything weird with that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I wonder how he get those people.
And it grieved them to be
in the show. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You think they will get mad because they're saying it's the fall and they probably won't be on it?
I felt like, because I know like some people might be bitter about that. You know what I mean?
Like low tier God.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. How the way he got upset was June the Keen. The rise and fall of low tier God, and then he docks June the Keen. Well, allegedly, the story goes that he gave his information to his moderators, and the moderator leaked his information. If that makes sense.
From that perspective, I can see why he's like you dock somebody. Obviously, I can see somebody said, but like, let's say I know Mike Tyson, right? I know he had a dark past.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess for Mike Tyson, I can see him not going. But at the same time, it did happen. I know that's not what he probably wants to talk about, whatever. But at the same time, it definitely did happen. And he's not saying anything to downplay Mike Tyson like he thinks he's a terrible person. He's just presenting what happened in history.
Yeah.
And they still want to go to his podcast out of their own will. I don't see anything really weird.
Yeah.
Now they're saying, "Oh man, like you should not trust this guy. He's a scammer." Blah yada yada. Yeah, I can see why they don't want to go in. But if somebody document my fall or my mess up, I'll still go to their podcast. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they feel. If that's history, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's on me. If I'm gonna be that sensible of like not going,
yeah,
that's on me then.
Oh yeah, what do you think of the music he chooses sometimes in his video? Like for example, the Kirby Gorman race.
I mean, not so much to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually do enjoy the music that he select in those videos.
Oh.
But though, I bet some will think that it's the music for InternetAjay video. I have a feeling there are gonna be one or two people that will think that way. But no, I really do like that music style, and his setup in the background was like the big characters. I think like one of them was Mega Man. I think those are cool, by the way.
I'm wondering if he had no time for, let's say he had no time for playing video games. Like, does he only knows video games in the past, or he keep up with it?
It could be that both. He keeps up with it, but maybe he doesn't play it like that. Or maybe he played the mobile games. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying,
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one.
Yeah, his music is just whatever.
All right. So,
Mm-hmm.
Is this about to wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Any final thought about InternetAjay, guys?
I think he's just a cringy guy. I don't particularly think he's a racist, but I could be wrong.
Me, the big thing I don't like about him is that he constantly bring up race. It's just like that dating show. He was like, "Oh, yeah, I think that was racist." You're a racist? Don't ever say to somebody you're a racist, okay? The only real time is when it's obvious.
Yeah. For me, well, I'm going to answer you. I know some ordinary gamer kind of make fun of himself of being Indian, but I know you're not a big fan of him either, so. But for me, I mean, I technically don't mind if someone make fun of their own race, but if it's not like malicious, and I don't think he was being malicious on that one. InternetAjay, he is cringy. He is sometimes immature, but I do think that he have a good run as a YouTuber. Like, it's pretty impressive. If anything, I think his real downfall was him being too cringy for people to stick around.
Yeah, he does try to end with every sense of a joke.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
So, I think that he needed to be like Sunny V2 and been more professional instead of showing his personality. It's sad, but it worked for Sunny V2 though.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do a Rise and Fall, you had to sound more professional. You know what I mean?
Maybe it didn't come natural for him. Maybe that's why he didn't want to do it professional. I could be wrong.
No, it probably is too. But he said, but he really is a good narrator though. Like I said, like he does have the voice. I don't know. I felt like his jokes sometimes get in between, like his cringiness interrupted by that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He probably do this naturally, like with his own friends. Probably that's how he probably want to come across.
Yeah.
Maybe just not a professional guy.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh yeah, one last thing I just mentioned. I just remembered this one. I remember he was like putting his video up to sales. I remember like way back then. And he was like, guys, I'm not selling out. You know, it's something that I think is cool that people could own my videos. And I'm like, well, I mean, he's technically not wrong. He didn't even mention that, that, it's like, hey, he didn't really put out his moral first.
Yeah.
But it really does seem like he is selling out.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I think he needed to take an L on that one. You know what I mean?
What a loser.
We all take L's in life, guys, but some people deal it better than others.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to We're the Unknown. And you want to give out your little ending, bro?
Yeah, sure. If you have any questions about the show or characters, or you want to email us, you can at wearepressasending@yahoo.com. Also, look at the Twitter handle, We're Pressasending.
Wait, Twitter? I thought that doesn't exist no more.
To me, it will always be Twitter.
Okay. Well, guys. Well, actually, I don't remember. No, I do remember now. Remember, guys, don't be a Tony. Don't be an InternetAjay. Be like Moist Critical. Or me. No, not you, bro. Sorry.
Oh.
Or, no, I'm not talking about Sunny V2 neither. Be the best that you can. Be yourself, actually.
Damn right. If you're a terrible human being, just be terrible. Yeah.
Remember what Tony used to say. Don't go to school. Do all those horrible stuff.
Go do drugs.
Hey.
But
Don't say.
Break stereotypes, though.
But seriously, guys. Enjoy. Bye.
Bye.
So what do you think, guys? Did I do better than last time?
The first 3 minutes.